Your host Danny, here to guide the way with a big smile. She brightens up your day, fills up your day. Good morning Frederick, rise and shine. City's so lively, gotta make it mine. From downtown streets to the Carroll Creek view, there's something special here, you feel it too. Good morning Frederick, rise and shine. A city so lively, gotta make it mine. From downtown streets to the Carroll Creek view, there's something special here, you feel it too. Your host Danny, here to guide the way with a big smile. She brightens up your day, fills up your day. Good morning Frederick, rise and shine. City's so lively, gotta make it mine. From downtown streets to the Carroll Creek view, there's something special here, you feel it too. Good morning Frederick, rise and shine. A city so lively, gotta make it mine. From downtown streets to the Carroll Creek view, there's something special here, you feel it too. Your host Annie, here to guide the way with a big smile. She brightens up your day, fills up your day. Good morning Frederick, rise and shine. A city so live.
Oh, here we are. Good morning. I am trying. First of all, I didn't get my person to open the show. Good morning, Frederick. Today is Wednesday, February 19th. I'm your host, Danny Gurry. And of course, don't know why, Facebook does not like getting my show in the group Everything Frederick and More. So I'm trying to share it to the group, which is not nearly as good as streaming to the group, so that people there can watch the show. It is probably one of, oh, I need to update that too. Goodness gracious. Let's fix that. We're going to edit that too. We're not closed today. We are open. We are open. Here we go. We're going to take that off. There we go. We're going to save that. The show is open. The shop is open today. All right. I'll get myself together here. It is Wednesday, hump day. Hope you're having a great day. I'm trying to be efficient and it just, all going south. I am a little stuffy. I don't know what God's plan is for me to really test my health ability. I'm telling you, in 5 years previous to this, I never missed a day of work from being sick. I've had enough sickness. And look, I know there are people dealing with so much worse. So I'm not complaining, but I'm just not used to it. I'm not used to not feeling 100%. So I'm getting there. I'm fighting through. And for those of you who've been dealing with this really weird, dry cough, that's annoying. I got that. Got a little stuffiness. Other than that, I feel great. Just, of course, the coughing happens at night when you're trying to sleep and get your rest, which you need in order to heal. Not getting much of that. So I do feel for those of you who've been dealing with it. I saw somebody the other day who said they've been coughing since Thanksgiving. Oh, my gosh. I hope to God, I'm praying that this does not last much longer. I am drinking my emergency. I've been doing airborne. I've been doing all the extra vitamins. Just finished my hot tea with honey to try to get my throat. I even just took a spoonful of honey just to try to help. So if you have any wives' tales on what will help a cough, please, I'm going to try anything to try to get rid of this. It's just very, very annoying. All right. Good morning to Mama Cone. She is hanging out and doing well. Thankfully, I have not given anything to anyone else. So I'm really hoping, and I don't think anything I have is contagious. I've been staying away from everybody, actually. So I hope you guys are well, too. All right. Rundown of the show today. Hopefully, Bob Miller, Chris Michaels will join us from WFMD's Morning News Express. We'll go over a highlight of the events in our area. Under the Hood is back. We're talking transmission speeds, 8 speeds and 10 speeds, I think, with Tyler from Ken's Automotive and Transmissions. And we talk with Zhanna Snyder, a videographer who did Dr. Renee's video for African Americans of Excellence 2025. And all of the artwork is now available to bid on, which is phenomenal. All right, let's go ahead. We're going to get the show started, even though it's been kind of a disaster already this morning. I love how you guys just hang with me, though. Love you so much. Here we go. Thank you to our show sponsor, Heart Home Solutions, your solution for all your home remodeling needs. Basement refinishing, new kitchens or baths, maybe you want a new addition. If you're selling and you need things freshened up, you got to contact them. Or maybe you just purchased a fixer-upper and you're not much of a DIYer. Well, call Heart Home Solutions. They can help you. HART, hearthomesolutions.com. The gentlemen are in the studio. Let's get started with WFMD's Morning News Express. Bob Miller and Chris Michaels. Well, I lied a little bit. I said both, but I heard an extra beep. But did you go off and come back on?
I did, and I heard the word disaster. So somebody must have called my name. That's when I logged on. Yeah, that was me. I wanted to read something to you. I thought was pretty interesting and wanted your opinion on it. And when I went to click it, I actually logged myself off here, which just added to the many bloopers that I have on your show.
Well, no one knew but me. But then I thought Bob was coming. Does he have another showing today?
He could, he might. I don't. We didn't talk about that yet. I didn't get it. Usually, I get a text that, hey, I'm not going to make Good Morning Frederick.
Oh wait, maybe he did text. Maybe he did text. Let me just see. Nope, he did not.
The morning mayor is busy. Actually, I got to tell you something, Danny. Very surprisingly, for those of you who don't listen to Bob and I, why not? You should be listening.
Yeah.
But if you don't, me and Bob. So on the morning news.
Wait. He heard us. He heard us talking about him.
Oh, there he is.
Well, you know what? I was trying to go on Chris Michaels' time. Late. I had to comb my hair.
Fix your hair. Yeah.
Excuse me, sir. I have to make that long trek downstairs from our studio, not trip and break my ankles, and then. Of course, you got to get stopped in the hallway. Hey, Chris, can you do this? Chris, I need that. So that type of thing.
Why do you now have to go back downstairs? You could do this upstairs now.
No, because not that I'm sure the viewers don't care about our technical stuff here, but no, the camera's still set up for down here, and I don't care for my laptop camera too much. It's not as good as this one, so still come downstairs.
Okay.
Your laptop camera doesn't show your best side.
It doesn't. It doesn't show the glow off my bald head like this camera does here. I was just telling Danny that over on the Morning News Express, we have news, traffic, we have traffic and weather on the 7s every 10 minutes, and normally we don't hit it. But today, Bob guided the ship, and we actually hit it perfectly today. We were on time today, except for the last minute. Then we were over.
It's what happens when you let Chris kind of run things,
Yeah.
He's like that guy
by the seat of your pants.
He's the guy who, God bless him, I love him to death. We couldn't live without him, but he's the guy that when you're done and you got to wrap it up and go for a break, he goes, "Oh yeah, one more thing." Like, no, not one more thing. One more. You got to go.
Gotta go.
Yeah. Had an interesting little plug because I know you like to do local things. In March, on March 14th, the Glade Valley, they're having it's called a dinner in the dark.
I'm interviewing those people today.
Are you good? I gave her your name.
You did.
I did. I think it's a great little thing. I was one of the MCs when they first started, and it's a group, and I don't want to take your thunder because you're going to interview them. But
That's
dinner in the
fine.
dark,
Go ahead. It's all
Chris
good.
thought it was a romantic evening out,
No.
but it's not. It's dinner blindfolded.
Yeah, have
So
you ever seen that, Chris? I think there was a thing on TV. I know I've seen it featured before in some restaurants where it's pitch black dark and you don't even know who you're sitting next to. Like typically where I've seen it, it's like long tables or whatever, but you're sitting there and apparently the experience is phenomenal because you're using every sense other than your sight.
Right.
Well-
So this
well,
is a little
look.
different. This is a little bit different. They put blindfolds on you.
Yeah.
So, and I don't know if they lead you to your table once you get your blindfold. Now you can pay more money to not have a blindfold on, but then it's like they sit your plate down and they'll tell you, you know, so the peas are at 9 o'clock, the mashed potatoes are at 12 o'clock, and your entrees at 4 o'clock or whatever. And then trying to cut it up, trying to grab peas off a plate and eat it. It's hilarious when you're watching other people do it, but it's all for a good cause to kind of give you the idea of what somebody who is blind has to go through on a daily basis.
That is very, very interesting. Yes.
That is
Now,
what
Danny,
the fundraiser is for.
I love it.
in my defense, Danny, okay, I first heard dinner in the dark. Okay, does that not sound like the most romantic thing you can do with a lady? Now, I wish I would have thought about this, you know, years and years ago. I wish I would have thought about this years and years and years ago when I went on some really bad blind dates. That I wish I could have put a mask thing on so I could see them. Yes, but you know, I didn't think about that. But this is for a great cause, and the only thing about me is I'm known here, Danny, at the radio station, as you well know, for being, and this might be TMI, but I'm a disgusting eater. Okay, even when I can see my beard is filled with stuff, our GM's always like, Chris, come on, please clean your beard. So can you imagine how it would look if I had blindfolded? It would be disgusting. Nobody
you may
wants
need
to
to be
that.
my special guest for that. So yeah, we'll talk about all that. I think it'll be a lot of fun.
So it takes thousands of dollars to train these dogs. My niece, she doesn't necessarily do blind for blind people or sight impaired, I should say, but she raises dogs like for that, and she gets them. I think she's on her 9th or 10th one. So, you know, and it's almost, I think it's like almost like a year to 18 months commitment to, and all she does is make sure that they're acclimated to the world. You know, she's the one who takes them out, makes sure that, you know, they can go to a restaurant. And she actually had an issue at one point in time, and she worked with, at that time, Senator David Brinkley to get some laws changed in the state of Maryland about, you know, allowing guide dogs and these service dogs in certain areas that are being trained. So, I mean, it really does take a lot. Not all dogs make it. And then the fun part is, hopefully you'll see this when I did it, they had a lady with her guide dog there, and he was working, and you're not supposed to touch them when they're working. Right. And so I think somebody asked her, I might have asked her, or she might have talked about it. She said, and when he's not working, and she goes, and he knows it. She goes, I take this off, and she took the harness off and stuff like that. And he just turned into a dog. You know, he was running around, just having a grand old time, wanting to be pet. His tail's wagging back and forth. But when he puts on the gear, he's working. And I don't know if you've ever watched those videos online of those service dogs and stuff that are being trained and they work. I mean, they're amazing. Amazing.
They are amazing. And it's a huge financial commitment. I believe they say it's like $20,000, $25,000 to get the dog to the point at which that they can detect when someone's having a diabetic issue or health issue or help around the house picking things up, or it's just really, really amazing. And what a great organization. I can't wait to find out more about it and the fundraiser, and hopefully can help them promote what they're doing to do more good. So,
and you know what started it was kids. Kids were the ones who started it. They like, we want to do something more. So God bless the kids, even though the parents kind of take over.
Of course,
but the kids, the young people will be, you know, the people that will lead you to your table and do a lot of stuff. So it's a fun event. I wish I could be there.
Yeah, yeah.
Just one more thing I have. One more thing until we get to news. My wife used to, where she works, they used to have the National, I think it's National Foundation of the Blind. I might be kind of mispronouncing a little bit. But we stood at a hotel on our vacation in Orlando where they were at the hotel, the National Foundation of Blind. And there was obviously tons of blind people, and they had their CNI dogs. And I'm just looking around, and I'm thinking to myself, basically like Bob said, it's amazing how these dogs can do what they do, because these dogs are these people's sight.
Yeah.
And it's just so amazing. And it goes to show you how important animals and dogs are to humans.
Absolutely. Absolutely, for sure. All right, what is happening locally? Anything? Any good news?
You really had to put me on the spot like that. You know
asked the
darn well
wrong
there's
guy.
not
We
going to
just
be.
gave you the good
Yeah.
news. We just gave it
Yeah.
to you.
If you want good news, you go to the morning mayor, Bob Miller, below
That's
me.
right. That's
You want bad
okay.
news, you come to me.
All right.
According to the state's legislative leaders, Maryland's budget situation is expected to worsen. There's your answer, Danny, if there's any good news or not.
Yeah.
Currently, the state's experiencing a nearly $3 billion, that's billion with a B, deficit. The House of Delegates is going to have an opportunity to amend the budget first, and they're likely to make that budget worse. It's unlikely the budget will get better as far as any tax relief. So we're waiting to see what those changes are, says Frederick County Delegate Jesse Pippi. Sentence was handed down on Tuesday to a Frederick man for armed robbery in Frederick County Circuit Court. Nicholas Albani's 43 was given 20 years imprisonment with all but 17 years suspended. He will be placed on 3 years supervised release when he gets out of prison. The Frederick County State's Attorney's Office says that on May 10th, 2023, Frederick police responded to Hillcrest Drive and Lancaster Place for a possible attempted abduction. Officers were told that the victim and her 8-year-old daughter were walking down Hillcrest Drive when she noticed a car parked along the shoulder. And that's when Nicholas got out and tried to grab the victim's daughter. Wow, how scary. But the girl's mother held on. Yeah. And he also tried to grab the woman's purse. He also wound up actually spraying the victims with pepper spray before he drove away. So that's why we always say, be aware of your surroundings. How scary is that? Always hold your child's hand when you're out and about.
Craziness.
Also too, I always say this, when we go out and about, we never leave our youngest daughter, in the shopping cart. Always have that shopping cart with us, because sometimes people will turn around to get an item and somebody can just grab that shopping cart with your kid in it. So you got to be very, very, very careful when you have your children out and about. And one more, 3 members of a deadly cult were found hiding in Frostburg and were taken into custody. And you can just head to our website, WFMD.com, to see more about that. Taking a look at weather. Today, we're only going to get to a high of 29, cloudy skies. Tonight, partly cloudy. It's going to be very cold tonight. Again, low of 19. And that's where we are right now, currently 19 degrees out there. Tomorrow, cloudy and windy with snow showers, mainly during the morning. Looking at, again, high of only 29. And then tomorrow night, a low of 23, clear to partly cloudy.
I am ready for spring.
Yes, me too.
How did the open house go yesterday? Or the
well,
showing?
it wasn't an open house. It was a viewing, a showing, so to speak. And they tell you, and I mean, obviously everybody has Ring cameras and stuff like that, and they say that you're not supposed to listen into them, but who actually does that? But I mean, they walked in yesterday. It was a couple of ladies walked in. They were young, I don't know, middle age, whatever, and they walked in. You heard them. They opened up the door and they're like, "Oh wow!" And I'm like, "Is that a good oh wow or a bad oh wow?" But they loved the house. They thought it, but they were going to look at new ones. So I mean, we can't offer the incentives that a new house has.
Right.
So I mean, we worried a little bit about that, but it hadn't been on the market that long, just a couple of days now. And we have 2 more viewings tomorrow morning early. The hard part is loading up everybody, getting the house ready. I mean, we're trying to be, everything clean, but you walk around, you got to open up the blinds, you got to turn on the lights, you got to do all this stuff, you got to make sure everything's wiped down, blah blah blah, and then you walk out the door and you drive around for an hour. That's it to see what happens, because I have the dog with me too. So I can't just walk him into the grocery store because they don't allow that. So
right.
We'll see. We don't have that one yet, but we'll see. They opened up the doors in the house in sports yesterday. Middletown whooping up on South Carroll 69-47 in boys basketball. Trevor Beard had 19 points. Tuscarora took Linganore to OT and beat them by a score of 59-56. Will Davis, 9 3-pointers, a game high 27 points. Wow. Urbana over Manchester Valley 62-52. Brunswick over Smithsburg 44-40. On the ladies' side, Catoctin Downs Mountain Ridge 50-32. Kelsey Troxel put up 21 points, 9 boards. Linganore over Tuscarora 63-35. Walkersville Downs Liberty 66-43. Addison Borum paced the Lady Lions with 21 points. And Hood College got a 3-pointer at the sound of the buzzer, and they beat Alvernia by a score of 90-88. There you go. That's a look at sports.
Those are beaters. Love those. Those are so fun.
Yes, they are.
Yeah. All right, gentlemen. Well, stay warm, Chris. Bob, I don't even want to know what the weather's like down there right now. So
it's cold.
I know.
Cold. It's actually cloudy right at the moment. So
yeah.
I think,
all right. Well, have
a
great
like 73,
Wednesday.
but cloudy.
All right. I will see you guys back here tomorrow morning.
Very good.
All right. Have a great day. All right. Oh, God bless. God bless Florida. But he'll be back here soon. So there you go. All right. We're going to take a quick break. Then we're going to go over a highlight of all the events in our area. More getting added to that calendar every single day. Then we got Under the Hood with Tyler Mead from Ken's Automotive and Transmissions. And finally, we'll wrap up with Zhanna Snyder, a videographer from African Americans of Excellence 2025. The auction is open now, and we'll talk all about that when we get back.
This portion of Good Morning Frederick is powered by Ken's Automotive and Transmissions, Total Car Care. Need an oil change or brakes? Ken's Automotive and Transmissions can take care of that. How about exhaust or engine work? Ken's Automotive and Transmissions can do that too. No matter what you need for your car, Ken's Automotive and Transmissions is Total Car Care. Go to kenstrans.com to schedule an appointment today.
Cosmec Healing handcrafted small batch tinctures and transdermal salves, double third-party tested for quality you can trust. If you've got pain, headaches, or anxiety, our products are here to help you find relief. Patient over profits mindset, 'cause we're patients too. CosmecHealing.com.
Real estate goddess, yeah. She's the one to get you there. Homes and dreams are perfect, yeah. Shannon Flannery beyond compare.
Well, if you didn't know it, Frederick's got tons of events every single day, and we cover them in this segment, Happening in Frederick. This segment, Happening in Frederick, is sponsored by Intense Barbecue, a family-owned barbecue food truck and catering company. They cook in small batches to make sure the food is as fresh as it can possibly be. Find them at intensebarbecue.com. Follow them on social media. Now that the weather will start breaking soon, you will find out where they're going to be. You need to go and try them out. They will post where they are, and I really encourage you to try the food. When you have Intense Barbecue, you satisfy your meat tooth for sure. They have this great I think, was it pulled pork or pulled chicken? You can have whatever meat you wanted. It's called a meat parfait, and it is layered in a cup with the coleslaw, the beans, the meat. It is one of the best things I've ever had. You get to walk around, you can eat your whole meal right in a cup. It's delicious. All right. If you want to know what's happening in Frederick, you have the calendar. I have a huge calendar. It's called the Everything Frederick calendar. It lists all the events that we compile from every single calendar we can find. We procure things from Visit Frederick, the Maryland website, Downtown Frederick Partnership, a lot of the bars and restaurants and food trucks. We put them all on the calendar for you. That way you know exactly what is happening in Frederick. This segment, we highlight some of the events we want you to know about. But if you want the full link, check the video you're watching now. You should see a link right to it. All right. The auction, the online auction for African Americans of Excellent Artwork is live now. It will close March 5th at the reception that we're doing. Please go check it out. 32auctions.com/ all capital AAOE 25. Now, you may not want to own a photograph or a portrait of one of our honorees. However, you can support this endeavor by bidding on it, purchasing it, and donating it back to a local school, a library, or the honoree themselves. Because the money raised from this online auction gets divided out amongst the 7 charities that the honorees have chosen. Actually, there's 8 because the Boys and Girls Club also gets a piece of the pie. So we're going to take all the money raised from the online auction and donate it to the 8 organizations that you can find more information about at AAOEFrederick.org. February 20th, it is Critters on the Catwalk. That is coming up tomorrow, actually. Did I put today? I should have. No, now through March 5th. Okay. So tomorrow is Critters on the Catwalk at Warehouse Cinemas. Just $25. You get a fashion show. You get to see adoptable pets. And it's a little happy hour as well. On the 22nd, which is Saturday, it is the Chocolate Crawl in downtown Mount Airy. You can listen to me while you're driving there on WFRE from 3 to 7. I go over a lot of the events coming up and a lot of the events happening in Frederick during my show. 5 to 10 IBR bull riding semifinals at Carroll County Ag Center. That's in Westminster. Inside, if you're looking for something fun to do, want to take the kids, go to goibr.com and get your tickets for the bull riding. Also, the Be Local Love Awards is February 26th. March 1st is the IBR Bull Riding Finals, and that is also at the Carroll County Ag Center in Westminster. At 7 p.m. March 1st, it's Mardi Gras Dueling Pianos at Tally Rec Center. That looks like it's going to be a lot of fun. You can get your tickets for that as well. March 5th is the African Americans of Excellence Reception and Auction. It is at Warehouse Cinemas, free to attend. Come see how much we're able to raise for these 8 local nonprofits, or 8 nonprofits chosen by the 7 honorees, plus Yemi, because his piece is going to be auctioned live. And let's see, March 5th to 19th, it is the Unity Campaign fundraising for 37 of our local nonprofits. March 6th, 5, 6, and 7:15 p.m., you are able to see Boomtown, the story of downtown Frederick, Part 1 at Warehouse Cinemas in Frederick. You're going to want to go. If you search Boomtown, you have to buy your tickets through an external ticket provider. You're not buying them directly at Warehouse, but I believe there is information on their website to get them. They have a showing, so if you missed it a couple weeks ago, you can go now. I will definitely be checking it out. And yeah, I would love to see you there, supporting a local director, writer. A lot of our local friends are actors or extras in the movie, and I can't wait to see it. This is a 45-minute showing, and it's supporting part 2, which they will complete hopefully in the next year. March 8th is the Leprechaun Luau. It benefits Rotary Club of Carroll Creek. March 8th, 9th, and 15th and 16th, it is the Maple Syrup Festival up in Cunningham Falls State Park. March 13th, again, 5, 6, and 7:15, it will be the final opportunity to see Boomtown at Warehouse Cinemas. And March 14th is Shamrock Lucky Bingo at the Elks, benefiting American Cancer Society and Relay for Life of Frederick. And then March 15th, it is the 20th annual Retro Prom at William Talley Rec. If you like to get dressed up and want to head out, I encourage you to go to that. March 15th and 16th, it is the 50th annual Home and Garden Expo. And then coming in April 12th is a disc golf tournament in Emmitsburg. Benefits the Seton Center, and that sounds like a ton of fun. April 24th is SHIP's annual lip sync competition. You're going to want to get your teams together now and reach out to SHIP to sign up to be a part of that really fun event. And April 26th, it's Andrea's House Rise and Renew Gala at Delaplane Arts Center. We have so many great events in our town, but I don't know of all of them. So please make sure you reach out to me somehow on social media, or you can email me everythingfredericklive@gmail.com. All right, one more quick break, and then we got Under the Hood, where we're talking transmission speeds with Tyler Mead from Ken's Automotive and Transmissions, and Zhanna Snyder, the videographer with African Americans of Excellence 2025. We're going to have her on as well. And all of that comes up just after these messages.
Travel better with Antietam World Travel Service, your gateway to worry-free journeys. With their extensive network, unmatched experience, and personalized services, you can explore the world with confidence and ease. When you work with Antietam World Travel Service, you get convenience, experience, and connections. Go to AntietamTravel.com now and get started on your dream vacation.
Dream Free Art, Frederick's first and only splatter room. New location, new beginner-friendly artful shenanigans for all ages. Come fling paint and make a masterpiece in Dream Free Art's splatter room, or join us for a fun and unique art experience. Book your next birthday party, corporate event, date night, or family outing at dreamfreeart.com to unleash your inner artist today. Dream Free Art. Free your creativity.
A&S Construction is a local and award-winning woman and minority-owned business, and they're located in Frederick, but they service Frederick County and surrounding areas. A&S Construction specialize in roofing and siding, and right now, with the winds and the rains and the yuck weather, cold, you'll know if there are issues with your home. You're going to want to call Sandra right away. 301-703-2157. Or you can send an email, info@ansconstruction.net. You get $750 off any roof or siding replacement, or $50 off any roof repairs. Just let Sandra know you saw her on Good Morning Frederick. They can also build you a new patio or deck. So if you're thinking spring like I'm thinking spring, maybe you want to get started with a quote for a new patio or outdoor area at your home. Nothing better than sitting outside when the weather is better. All right, I went over to Ken's Automotive and Transmissions to talk to Tyler Mead, and he's talking to me about lots of speeds in transmissions, more than I've ever heard before. I am here at Ken's Automotive and Transmissions, the corner of Patrick and Jefferson Streets, just right outside downtown Frederick, just outside. And with Tyler Mead, we are downtown Frederick. All right, so you were telling me there are some newfangled cars out there, 10 and 12 speed?
10 and 8 speed.
10 and 8 speed transmissions. That's unreal. What kind of cars are these? I mean,
A lot of your 10 speeds are anything newer than 2020s nowadays.
Okay.
I mean, Ford is huge in the 2020s, or in the 10 speeds, I apologize. They're F-150s,
Okay.
F-250s. They got, some of the car ones are 10 speeds, but a lot of them are 8 speeds now.
So when you're talking about a 10-speed, all I can think about is a bike. But so it is basically when you're accelerating, you feel the shift.
It's exactly like a bike.
Yeah. Okay. So it's just
you
shifting
shift
into other
10
speeds.
times to get up to it.
Yeah.
They've put them in there for increased fuel mileage.
I was just gonna say, what is the advantage for that?
They're big on fuel mileage right now because the government always puts sanctions that you got to have more fuel mileage every year. So they come up with that by adding speeds to transmissions.
Yeah.
I mean, we were wild when they were adding 6 speeds to them, and now we're up to 10. The dealers say they're non-serviceable a lot of times. They just said like Toyota's a lifetime fluid in a lot of them, so they say they're not serviceable. Toyota's big on 8 speeds right now.
Okay.
So especially in their Camrys and Corollas and stuff like that. A lot of the newer cars, as far as Dodge goes, I mean, you can call them up and they don't even act like they're serviceable. They just don't even know what's going on. But they all are serviceable.
Yeah.
I mean, fluid runs out. I mean, it overheats or it gets bad at some point or separates. So yeah, they need to be changed.
Is there, do you have a choice now when you buy a car to choose how many speeds there are?
Some of them, yes.
Okay.
Some of the models. Usually, if you have any kind of decision making as far as what kind of trans you have, they're either a CVT, which is continuous variable transmission.
That's what I have in the Nissan.
Correct.
Which
yes.
is, you don't feel the shift.
Yep.
It just
and
accelerates.
if you do, they're artificial.
Okay.
And they were. People were really worried that their transmission wasn't shifting, so a lot of those places actually put artificial shifting into it.
Just
even
so
though
you get the sensation of it,
Correct.
but it's not actually needed.
Yes,
That's
yes.
really interesting. It did take me a while to get used to not feeling that.
Yeah, you don't. I mean, it just goes.
Yeah, it just goes.
It's very nice on it when it just goes. But
goes.
I mean, CVTs are definitely a maintenance item.
Yeah.
A lot of people think like, they're belt driven or chain driven, that they don't really need to be serviced, but they absolutely do. I mean, your fluid changes no matter how often you drive.
Yeah.
So
when you purchase one of these vehicles, is it clear that that's what you're getting is a 10 or 12? Like, is that?
Yeah, it should be on the ticket.
Okay.
When you look at a car, and you should be able to feel them. I mean, 6 speeds are a little different when you come to it because you don't have that many, but 10, you'll feel it 10 times. Yeah.
Would that not be fun to drive?
They are cool. They get a hell of a fuel mileage. That's
they?
for sure.
Okay,
yes.
okay.
But you get into a point where you're in a parking lot, you're in 7th gear. You never heard of that,
Oh, wow.
But they work constantly. I mean, you're driving up the road, low speeds, you're in your higher gears, but they're always shifting back and forth.
Yeah.
So you're
I
constantly
would feel
using
like that
it.
feels like more things could break that way.
Absolutely, yeah, and that's the point of servicing them. I mean,
right.
start of February, I've done 4 of them so far.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So no matter what kind of transmission your car has, you can bring it here to Ken's Automotive and Transmission's been here since 1968 and family owned, locally owned. Tyler and his team here will take great care of you. I can attest to that 100%. Bring it over. kenstrans.com. If you want to go online, you can book an appointment right there. It's easy peasy. And you get a whole thing with your own service records all the time. You know exactly what's happening. We appreciate you.
Thank you, Danny.
And your family. Ken's Automotive and Transmissions, downtown Frederick. Ah, yes. Who knew? Who knew there were so many speeds in a transmission? Obviously, I don't know anything about cars, so it doesn't surprise me at all. I didn't know that, but really interesting. And I do have one of those non-shifting transmissions. It is interesting to get used to it. You just don't feel the ramp up and the shift down. So kind of fun. All right, let's talk about who is doing good in our neighborhood. Doing Good in the Neighborhood is sponsored by The Healing Storm. Shannon and her team strive to create an environment where you're seen, heard, and valued. The Healing Storm focuses on alternative holistic healing methods to relieve your stress and pain. They do massage therapy, Reiki, lymphatic massage, and a healing journey program. Check out healingstorm.com for all the details and to schedule an appointment. I just scheduled my appointment. Finally, I can go now. I'm all healed up from that lovely gallbladder fun thing I had. So yeah, really amazing. Mama Cone is going there now too, and she had her first massage not too long ago and absolutely loved it. The Healing Storm is a place to unwind and recharge through alternative healing. 100% recommend them. All right. Zhanna Snyder was a student at Stevenson who now works full-time for Stevenson doing video, and she was one of the videographers for African Americans of Excellence. Here she is. Well, I've been telling you about this great event, the African Americans of Excellence exhibit, and introducing you to some of the honorees and some of the artists that are part of it. And I am so honored to have Zhanna Snyder. She is a videographer that's been selected for this year's exhibit. Welcome to Good Morning Frederick.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Well, I'm so glad we have the opportunity to speak. So I've spoken with some of the student artists who are actually sketching, painting, drawing some of the honorees. And I think you might be the second videographer that I've spoken with. How did you hear about the African Americans of Excellence exhibit?
Yeah, so I heard about it through Tiffany Kowalski. She's been my neighbor. She was my neighbor for about 6 or 7 years, and I babysat her kids. And then she moved, which not too far, but we've kept in touch. And so she did my senior portraits. And she knows I do video, and so she reached out to me about this, and I accepted because it was just a great opportunity.
Yes, and originally you're from Frederick, but right now you are employed by the university that you attended. Tell me a little bit about your schooling at Stevenson and how that was.
Yeah, so I went to Stevenson all 4 years for film and moving image. I had a concentration in cinematography and editing, and so I've done a bunch of projects there, but also, going to school there helped me kind of start my freelancing business. So I've done weddings, stuff for Frederick County government, music videos, etc. And so building off of what I've learned at school has kind of helped me where I am now, which also got me a job at Stevenson after I graduated. So as I was walking the stage, I already knew what I was going to be doing in my future.
Yeah, that's pretty phenomenal with a creative role to be employed immediately upon graduating, which is really phenomenal. What have you learned both in school and then what surprised you in the real world, I guess, about working, every day?
Yeah. I mean, in school, I learned a lot of technical things. And then hopping into the real world, I learned that not everything, like, I've learned so much since coming out of school that I didn't learn in school. It's kind of like textbook stuff, but coming into the real world, I'm learning how to work with clients, how to work with my coworkers, moving fast on my feet to, kind of adjust to different things. So, but it's been fun. It's been fast paced and I like it.
Yeah, it's pretty funny to, you get a lot of the textbook stuff while you're in school and you learn a great deal. I'm not throwing any shade on getting a degree. It's just funny how quickly you need to accelerate, like you say, dealing with clients and what they may want, though it may not be what you think is going to be the best outcome sometimes,
Yeah.
and adjusting with trying to convince people what you're seeing is going to be valid. So that's really great. Have you worked on some fun projects since being employed at Stevenson?
Yeah, I mean, I'm shooting every day. I'm editing every day. There's different clubs and stuff. I went to they had a New York City trip, so I got to go on that, take some pictures. So I'm always dipping my toes in things that I didn't get to as a student or I didn't have time to.
Yeah, that's phenomenal. All right, so you are a part of the African Americans of Excellence exhibit. Can you tell me
how it has been. Have you met your honoree and done some shooting already?
I have, yes. We did that over my winter break.
Nice.
We did it a little bit before Christmas. So yeah, we went to her place of work, Dr. Renee's place of work. It was amazing. We took some B-roll there of her with her coworkers acting as patients. You know, she kind of showed us around what she did. And I think Dr. Renee learned a little bit about the filming process as well.
Yeah.
And then Tiffany took some pictures in the workplace, and then we did the interview at her house and got
Ah,
some pictures there as well.
yes, very nice. And what was it about Dr. Renee that you hope to bring forward in the video piece?
Well, right from the get-go, she cares so much about her patients. And I think that was something that she really wanted to express in this short little video, just about, you know, how being a gynecologist can be a little scary for the patients at times. And she really wants to make sure that her patients feel cared for and respected, and just to feel like a human being. So.
And that's awesome. What was the best thing you think, or what has been the best thing so far about this process?
Honestly, being able to showcase, you know, such an amazing woman's roots and connection to Frederick. I mean, she grew up here and she was in the army for a little bit, and just, you know, I was behind the camera and I was filming her, but also I really was taking in the information. And while I'm not pursuing to be a doctor, I feel like what she said about, you know, never give up on your dreams. She came from a single mom, you know, it's very inspiring.
Yeah, they are very inspiring, all of the honorees, but certainly we cannot wait for that. We really appreciate all the work that you've done, Zhanna.
That came off quick. Yes, we do appreciate. I had to cut some stuff out because I obviously shot this way before the awards happened, and of course, it is way after. But anyway, Zhanna Snyder did a great job. If you want to see the videos of the honorees, if you just go to AAOEFrederick.org and click on creations, you'll be able to see the artwork, the videos, and all of that that is available that these really, really talented, creative people have done. All right, that is it. Good Morning Frederick streams weekdays at 9 a.m. or watch anytime on YouTube. Please put on those playlists and let them run. We're trying to get to 3,000 watch hours and need your help doing that. Also, tell a friend about Good Morning Frederick. Just say, hey, have you ever seen this show? Trying to get out there to as many people as possible to help our nonprofits and local businesses get more exposure every day. Get out there. Let's be great, Frederick. And I'll see you tomorrow.